Hello and welcome to Valuechain News. I am Naomi Oleribe. First, the headlines. Barkindo laid to rest in Yola. Silver, incoming OPEC scribe, orders condole with Barkindo's family. Incentives introduced by the PIA will boost oil and gas reserves. Komolafe, and now the news in detail. The remains of the outgoing Secretary General of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, His Excellency late Mohammed Barkindo, has been buried in the Adamawa state capital, Yola. He was interred at the main cemetery in Yola town, Yola South local government area, on Wednesday evening. His funeral prayer was attended by the Adamawa Emirate paramount ruler, the Lamido Adamawa, Dr. Muhammadu Barkindo Mustafa, FCT Minister Mohammed Musa Bello, and Secretary to the Adamawa State Government, Malam Bashiru Ahmad, among other dignitaries. Barkindo's death had been announced in the early hours of Wednesday by the Group Managing Director of the NNPC, Malam Mele Kiari. Barkindo had seemed healthy on Tuesday when he was received at the State House by President Muhammadu Buhari. The final prayers for him was held at the Yola Central Mosque. Delegates of the federal and state governments, led by the Minister for the FCT, Muhammad Musa Bello, described Barkindo's demise as irreplaceable, adding that he was a man of legendary accomplishment.
He had shown to the whole world that a Nigerian national capable of handling complex issues internationally and improve on the oil and gas industry throughout the world. He earned himself qualities which are very, very difficult to be attained. First of all, he was an intellect of the highest order. Secondly, he was extremely hardworking. And thirdly, he maintained a level of integrity that is comparable to any system in the world.
Barkindo would be remembered for his enormous contributions to the global energy community. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timipre Silva, has condoled with the family of the late outgoing Secretary General of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Sanusi Barkindo. This was contained in a statement released by the Ministry of Petroleum Resources yesterday. Silva described Barkindo as a worthy ambassador of our great nation, whose contributions to the global energy space would be difficult to match. Likewise, the incoming Secretary General of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, His Excellency Mr. Haytham Al-Ghais, has conveyed his condolences to the family of the late OPEC Secretary General, His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Sanusi Barkindo. Haytham stated that Mr. Barkindo led the organization during extremely turbulent times for the global oil markets, and his remarkable role and valuable contributions, along with our organization's long history of dialogue and cooperation, put us in a strong position to continue supporting stability and balance in the global oil markets. The African Energy Chamber has also extended its deepest condolences to the family of His Excellency Mohammed Sanusi Barkindo, describing him as an oil industry veteran, saying that he will be greatly missed. While words cannot express the tragedy of this loss, the legacy left behind by His Excellency Barkindo will be remembered by the global energy community for years to come. With a career spanning 4 decades, His Excellency Barkindo dedicated his life and career to growing the Nigerian, African, and global oil and gas sectors. His journey with the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, started in 1986, where he served as Nigeria's delegation to the organization. Thereafter, his role in the organization crystallized as he took on other positions, including acting OPEC Secretary General in 2006, represented Nigeria on OPEC's Board of Governors from 2009 to 2010, and finally appointed as Secretary General in 2016 and reappointed for a further 3 years in 2019, the African Energy said in a statement. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC) has said that the Petroleum Industry Act (PIA) has introduced incentives to grow reserves. The Commission's chief executive, Mr. Gbenga Komolafe, who spoke in Abuja at the 21st Nigerian Oil and Gas Conference and Exhibition, disclosed that the aim of the act was to increase the country's daily production towards attaining 40 billion barrels and 220 trillion cubic feet of oil and gas reserves. He pointed out that incentives introduced by the PIA would enable the country attain a production target of 3 million barrels per day. Komolafe, who spoke on the topic, providing regulatory oversight in the Petroleum Industry Act (PIA) era, stated that Nigerians craved for a legal regulatory framework for the industry robust enough to regulate the sector for optimum productivity and efficiency. Algeria's state-owned national oil and gas company, Sonatrach, said yesterday that it will review gas prices with all of its clients in light of international price rises. The company stated this in a press conference. They emphasized that the review was not targeting a single company or country. Regarding Spain's re-export of gas to Morocco in reverse flow via the Maghreb-Europe pipeline, the company stated that the agreement with Sonatrach's clients stipulates that they should inform the company about any other destination of its products. Spain and Morocco agreed earlier this year to consider using the Maghreb-Europe pipeline for reverse flow to the North African country, with the gas to be sourced from the global LNG market. Plans to build a major hydrogen plant in the Netherlands will go ahead following a final investment decision by subsidiaries of the oil and gas giant Shell. Shell announced on Wednesday that Holland Hydrogen 1 facility would be Europe's largest renewable hydrogen plant when operations start in 2025. According to Shell, the 200 megawatt electrolyzer will be located in the port of Rotterdam, Europe's largest seaport, generating as much as 60,000 kilograms of renewable energy every day. Hydrogen has a diverse range of applications and can be deployed in a wide range of industries. It can be produced in a number of ways. Nigeria's currency, the naira, has fallen to a record low after traders adjusted prices to reflect the rate Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) sold the currency amid the lack of dollar supply in the authorized foreign exchange market. Pressure on foreign reserves, which is down 3.4% since the beginning of the year, despite higher oil prices in Africa's largest crude producer, has forced the central bank to cut down on dollar sales, creating scarcity of the greenback on the market. The CBN did not sell dollars to foreign portfolio investors last week, making many local buyers to source their own foreign exchange from alternative sources. The dollar scarcity is creating a black market boom, where the naira is exchanging at a record low of 615 naira to the dollar, giving a spread of 44% on the official rate. Before we end the news, here's a recap of our headlines. Barkindo laid to rest in Yola. Silver, incoming OPEC scribe, others condole with Barkindo's family. Incentives introduced by the PIA will boost oil and gas reserves. Komola Fair, and that's the news. I am Naomi Oleribe. Good evening.